Chad with BAKO'S Custom Lawn Care, and we're going to do a little painting today. So I'm going to get some stuff out here. Basically, we're going to finish up the closet, and I use this Kills primer, all-purpose 2 interior exterior primer. So this stuff's really good. I used it on the other parts of the house, and it seems to be covering up all the old paint really well, and then all the new paint that we're putting on, it seems to be sticking really well. So anyway, you guys want to use this for interior. This is good stuff. So this is what we're going to start with. Yeah, I'm going to finish up this closet, and then we should be ready for regular paint, which we use this Bear product. You can get it at Home Depot. It's a Home Depot thing, so it's a Bear I-300 interior semi-gloss. So it's great for the walls. I have a glossy, super gloss or whatever you call it for the trim. So anyway, there's this, and then I'll show you the trim paint when we get to that. So anyway, let me move this over here. Well, actually, I'm going to leave it here because I got to open these up. So if you guys are opening up these 5-gallon jugs of paint, it's a good idea because a lot of times it gets stuck on there. So we're not going to do this one. We want this one over here. Good idea to use big pair of channel locks. Opens it up pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this back a little bit so you guys can see. To take, and you just take your knife and you can score around where that lid is, because that paint just gets dried on there and it sticks really well. So this just help it break it free. So let's try that. So use your feet if the jug's getting kind of low. Just got to use your feet to stabilize it. So anyway, I'm gonna kind of dump all this dry paint out of the lid. And I opened it. It's like a pro tip, I guess. So that way you don't get a bunch of little dried up pieces of paint in your paint when you pour it. So I'm going to wear some stylish purple gloves. So anyway, these are on there like this. Alright. And then here's another thing, guys. Like if you take a plastic garbage bag and put it inside your little paint trough, or whatever the hell you want to call it. Put it in there like that, then when you clean up, you just throw the bag away and you don't have to wash anything out or anything. So anyway, kind of a good idea. So we'll stick this in here like this. I'm gonna pour some primer in here. I already mixed this up really good, so just should be ready to go. Pour some in there. Should be enough. I'm also going to grab my paintbrush here. Here's another good tip. Just take your paintbrush and do it along the edge here. Keep it from getting all over the floor, but I don't really care if it gets on the floor because we're doing the flooring in here as well. So we'll just back up like this. So we got that in there, and then I'm probably going to pour just a little bit in my little, I've got a little paint container here, so works good. Anyways, I got the paint in here now, and so we'll have that. That's for doing the. This is for doing the edges, and then the big paint tray is going to be for doing the main part of the walls. So let me grab a roller here. This is just a 9-inch roller that I've had for tons of years, so it lasts for a long time. So let me grab a new rolling pad here. So this is what I've got. This is a professional. So you guys can see that or not. Professional 1/2-inch nap, 9-inch semi-smooth to semi-rough surfaces. So if your walls are textured, you want something like this. So get this put on here like so. Make sure it's all the way on there. And then we're gonna start rolling these walls real quick. Get it on there real good. See if I can let you guys see what I'm doing down here. There we go. I'm just getting it all on this roller here. Covered real good. Looks pretty good. I'll get it nice and covered there. Get you over here and we can see what we're doing. And like I said, guys, this is the second coat of this, and that's all I'm going to do on the primer. And this afternoon we'll be starting doing the real paint. These wire shelvings, I'm not too worried about getting a little paint on them, so they're already white anyway, so it'll be hard to even see it on here. So anyway, let me move you guys up just a little closer so it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing here. There we go. We'll do up in here next. You can do it however you guys want. I change off. It doesn't really matter. You can cut in the edges first, or you can just do this part and then kind of going back and forth. But I think if you cut in the edges, sometimes you might be doing more painting than you need to. So if you do it like this, at least you know how much you have to do. It might not be as much. Let's say you come in 3 inches down. Well, that's obviously going to be more cutting than you need, because I've only got about an inch or something around this edge here that I'm missing. So this maybe might save you a little time by actually doing the wall first. So anyway, get it all on there. And then I had a safe in here too, so I'm not sure if I'm going to combine these two videos. I probably won't. I'll probably do the safe one separate, but there was a safe sitting here, so now we can get this part of the wall where the safe was painted as well. So it'll be kind of nice to get that going here. So let me turn this a little more, and I keep seeing what we're doing here. So all right, like I said, this primer is just awesome. I don't know how else to explain it. So working really well. It does a really good job covering everything. So anyway, see how fast that was, guys? I just about got this whole wall done already. So super quick. super quick doing it this way. So, get some more paint on here. And like I said too, guys, I'm replacing the carpet in here, so I'm not too worried about getting a little on the carpet. So it's all coming out anyway. So down to here. Yes. All right. These rollers are nice. See, maybe I'll be able to trim it just a little bit more so you guys can see. Maybe I'll bring it in here. There we go. You guys see what I'm doing now? And this is right here where the safe was, so I'll get it. We'll get all this in here painted too. So. It's hard to do videos like this in the closet, but when we get out and start doing the regular part of the room, we'll be able to get some better video, I think. So, get all this wall painted. Somebody used, not in the closet, which was kind of odd. They used semi-gloss in here, but in the rest of the room they used flat paint, and through this whole house they used a lot of flat paint, which if you ever want to wash your walls or anything like that, flat paint is not really good for washing walls. Most of the time when you use flat paint, the paint just comes off when you wash the wall, so it's not a very good thing to use if you want to wash your walls. So anyway, and it was odd because, like I said, they used semi-gloss in the closet, so I'm not sure just was trying to save some money or what they were trying to do here. So anyway, I keep turning this thing so you guys can see what I'm doing. Closets are a little more difficult because you got to deal with all these racks and stuff. So anyway, so we pretty much got this whole wall done. Good there. You probably can't see what I'm doing down here, but I'm painting down here now. So. Good there. All right. Okay. That one's pretty well done. Get this adjusted again. Start over here now. So, all right. So, start doing this wall here. Sometimes you got to flip around your roller so you can get closest to the edge on both sides of whatever you're painting. So you'll see me flip this roller around a lot so I can do both edges here. Works out pretty good. So. All right. So like I said, guys, do a roller, it is super fast compared to a paintbrush. Paintbrush takes forever. So doing this with a paintbrush, I'd probably be in here all day messing around with this. So just use the paintbrush for cutting in your edges. Alright, and as you can see, pretty much did that whole little wall in less than a minute pretty much, so that's why we're doing that. Pretty much got that. We'll just keep working our way around. I'm going to smooth the ass here. Just see a little better. There we go. Alright. Just keep going along here. Almost got paint in here already. It's pretty crazy how fast this goes. So, yeah, down here now doing the bottom part. Okay, I'm going to get some more paint real quick, guys. Just going to set this in here. Had to open up the door for a second, guys. It's getting pretty warm in here, so let me get this over here. Put some more paint in. So, fill this up. Alright. That's probably good there. Alright, guys. Time to get some more paint. Alright. Going around, get all this painted. Done. So, already done back there. Getting this corner really good. Got a little bit of a run there, so that's what I was talking about. If you're not careful, you get a little bit of run. There's a little run right there too. But these rollers, they hold a lot of paint, so you're always running into that. There's some runs up here as well, so you always want to come back and make sure you're checking for runs. Alright. I'll get up here. between this bracket and this ceiling here. And I may have to get in here with the paintbrush and clean it up a little bit. That's not fitting in there very good. Alright. Move this over. So I'm gonna have to crawl up in here and paint this with the paintbrush. Alright. So grab my ladder or my little step stool. Alright. Now this little step stool I've got here, I don't know if you can see it, but I got this at Costco, and I don't think it really has a brand. I think it's the Costco brand one, but I use this thing all the time. It's just really handy. So anyway, we'll get you put back up here. Get my little paintbrush. There's that little tray I showed you earlier. Put some paint in there. So I'm not really needing to put paint up here. So we got paint up here when I was doing the roller. So let's just spread it around and get all around this bracket. Over a bit. Up in here. Looks good. Alright, guys. I can get all these spots that I couldn't get. Now this is what I was talking about, guys. See how easy it is to cut it in when I didn't have to do a bunch of stuff I didn't need to, because I use the roller for everything. So just maybe a little tip for you guys if you want to save some time. Like I said, I think last time I was cutting it in first, and I think I wasted a lot of time because I was painting a bunch of stuff I didn't need to, because I can do it with a roller. Get up in here and get all these little dricks taken care of. Alright, looks good. Alright. Paint. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of this stuff here. Let's move it over this way a little bit so you can see what I'm doing here. But I'm just basically getting around all these racks where my roller wouldn't go. So just get all that painted in there. Right in there. Yeah, leave me a comment, guys, and tell me how you guys do your painting. You might have some tips and tricks as well. Maybe make my life a little easier. But this and then we got this. I'll show you here in a second, but let me show you right now. There's a light up here, and I think that's one of the old light bulbs. So I think I'm going to switch it out because it's putting out a lot of heat in here. So I might have to get rid of that bulb because it's really hot in this closet, honestly. So, all right, guys. See got here? Alright. Right here, I'm going to get you moved up. I think I'm going to do up the top area real quick. So, make sure I've got all around here. I think there's a little spot I missed over here on this side. I think I got everything. Pretty much everything else in here, guys. Okay. Alright, that's done. Gonna move this up. Side, and I think I got pretty much did all of that, so I think we're ready for the I could probably do just right next to these because I don't think I maybe got right exactly against those. A little lower. Alright, okay, that's good. Good. Alright, so I'm going to set this aside for just a second, and we're going to get the roller out and do this top piece up here. So, and again, there's not a lot of room up there either. So, I mean, this roller is going to get most of it, and then I'll just have to go through it real quick with the paintbrush and pretty much be done. Alright. Right around here, flip this around. That's all good. See how fast this is going, guys? I'm almost done already. If I was doing that with a brush, I'd be up there a while. So, up here, I'll be able to finish it with just this deal here. So, let's see how it goes. Turn this around. Yes. So yeah, that's how fast that went, guys. Now, I just have to go up here with the paintbrush and do the edges. So I think if it's the right thing to do, to probably just do the roller first. It is just super quick to paint this way. So, and there's a little extra paint up here on the edges anyway, because the roller just left it there, so I can get right up in here and spread it around and not have to get any more paint out of my can, or out of my little tray. And as you go along, you'll see places that you might have missed or something. So just grab them while you're doing it. So. A little more paint up here. Good. Now go over here so I can reach this little corner here. Alright. One more paint. Okay guys, so yeah, that was super quick. So got it all done. There's a few spots I got a little bit of running paint, but just as I see them, I just kind of hit it with the brush. Like that. So alright, it's pretty much good. So I will be right back. We're gonna continue on here in a second. Okay guys, I'm going to finish up this last spot right here. This is where the safe was. So probably see the spot on the floor there that looks there you go, a little different, because that's where that safe was sitting at. So okay, let's get all this done one more time, and then we should be pretty much done with the primer in this closet. Okay, I'm going to go just a little bit higher up here. I'll move this up again. There we go. I'm just going to paint up here again. Alright guys, I think that's it for the closet. I'm going to take you off of here so you can actually see flip this around. So yeah guys, it's still drying a little bit, so the color might be a little off in some places, but here's down there where the safe was. Got all along the bottoms. Here's what the other side looks like that you guys couldn't see, so that's all been painted up there. Not doing the ceiling. The ceiling's in really good shape already, so anyway, maybe see up there a little bit. But yep, that's it guys. So when we start doing the next coat of the real paint, we'll go 2 coats over this primer. So this whole room has been done 2 coats of primer. So anyway, I'll just take a look around. That's what it looks like now. So when we get the paint on, it's gonna look like a brand new room. So all right,
I smell the fresh paint.
All right, guys. It's Chad with BAKO'S Custom Lawn Care, and this is my friend Daniel. So we're gonna finish painting this room. So without further ado, we're gonna get started. So. I don't know. You don't get much paint on your hands, but me, I'm like a 3-year-old with paints. I get it all over the place.
Oh, I get the paint on my hand, but I mean, I go home, I take a shower.
Right.
Paint,
it comes off.
Paint's a lot easier to get off than grease. Engine grease
Right.
stays for like a week afterwards.
Yeah.
Paint, you get them wet, it
Oh.
comes right off.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to come off me very easily, but I don't know. My hands get cracked. Grease is real bad with me. It's like pretty bad. So maybe what I'll do is I'll just come after you and just start cutting in. So
That'd be an idea.
yeah. So you just kind of go along there, and then I'll go in the corner and the ceiling and get it all cut in. That'd be pretty productive, I think. So I don't even think I've got you in the video here. I just heard you rolling paint. It's like this is a very interesting video.
Right.
All we hear is the roll. Look at how that looks now. See,
oh, yeah.
It's a big difference. Yep. This is just going to put a shininess to that. What do you call it? Primer. Yep. I might do this window, a little bit of this window. Yeah, and I'm a real big fan of Behr paint because I had some problems with some of the paint they had for the deck.
Really?
But yeah, it just, well, look at it out there. and I sanded it and I did all the stuff that you're supposed to do, but this stuff's been really good though. So it's just, I guess, you know, maybe that was just a bad batch or something. I don't know.
I've used Behr paint before, and it's been really good stuff.
Right.
Keller Williams, though, I've never had much luck with Keller Williams.
Yeah, and then I think Sherwin Williams is probably the best.
That's what I meant. Keller Williams is a realtor.
Yeah, well, Sherwin Williams is supposed to be the best, but you know it's super expensive. But they've got this stuff. I think it's called Forever paint or something like that. It's supposed to be really good, but I can't afford it. So we do the Home Depot stuff. Yeah. And this stuff wasn't even cheap as far as that goes, but you know that Sherwin Williams stuff's probably even way more than that even. So yeah, if you want to sell your paint, you just call what'd you say? Kelly Williams? Kelly Williams. Or you sell your house, maybe.
Sell your house after you paint it.
Right, there you go. So we got it all covered. And I think you're supposed to be able to like put one coat of primer and like one coat of paint, but I think when you're dealing with that flat matte paint, I don't think you can do it. And just honestly, you can just see right through it.
Yeah.
The first couple of, and then after the second coat, it's like when it starts to really cover. So I'm not sure why that is, but I guess it's probably just the smoothness of the semi-gloss, huh?
Yeah. Gloss makes a big difference.
Yeah. And I'm not sure why they decided to paint this majority of the whole house. They use that flat paint. It's just, they didn't use it in the bathroom though. That was good. Some of the bathrooms at least got semi-gloss on it, but it's just like, I don't know, why did you guys do this? Right, I gotta open these. these open up before they get stuck together. Oop, too late. Yep, it got stuck. There it goes. There we go. Got this one. Yeah, I think these are a little bit bent, honestly, or something. There we go. Oh, that stuff rolling on. Wow, that looks good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Look at how nice that looks. And you thought the primer looked good. Look how good that looks. Looks amazing. 2 coats of that, man. We're gonna be setting good. You got the famous Shadow out there. He's just taking a nap. He's got the good life going on out there.
It's tough being a dog.
I know, right? Like, well, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna eat, take a nap, play with my toy. So many decisions. Looks like the sun's trying to come out finally. I think that's the first time in the whole day I've actually seen it. It's been pouring.
It was pretty miserable, wasn't it?
Pouring rain earlier, yeah. It just kind of drizzle for an hour, and then it's come down a little heavier, and then yeah, kind of a drizzly, gloomy day.
Got so much going on.
Right.
He said to me earlier, he's like, oh, so did Chad call you this morning? I was like, no, he didn't. He's like, oh, well, you should send him a text. I was like, okay, what do I say? He said, oh, just say, hey, it's Daniel, the meat cutter.
Yeah.
I think he knows who I am.
We have to be descriptive now. We're just meeting.
That's right.
Who is this guy? I don't know this D guy. What's he texting me about? Yeah, my wife is like, I go, so what color do you want in the house? She goes, white. I'm like, well, that's easy. Is that it? Yep, that's it. White. I'm like, okay, well, you can do that.
White is better than tan.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
Not a fan of tan.
Well, stucco tan in specific.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is all you see.
Got some traumatized childhood with tan.
Well, southern Arizona, all you see are tan stucco houses.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
And it makes for a very ugly town when all the houses look the same like
It's
that.
like, oh, that's Where did I arrive here? This is just the same of everything everywhere. I think we might have enough paint to do this whole room, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Pretty good amount left in there. Probably be about the same. You think when we get done it'll be about the same as what's left on the primer?
Probably.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, they're a little misleading in there. And they say, oh, this paint will cover this much area. Well, according to what that says it's supposed to cover, it's supposed to cover this, to paint this whole house, this whole interior of this whole house. And it's like, no, I don't think it's going to do that. So,
Yeah.
but
They're probably also figuring on like perfect conditions, like, you know, you're painting over white walls, or, you know,
Right.
not brownish, greenish like it was here.
right. I just spilled paint. Whoops. I was coming off my paintbrush at first. I'm like, oh no, it's not. It's coming off the back end of this thing. Whoops. That's a good thing we're not saving the carpet. That would have been hard.
Very easy.
That would have been hard to get out. Whoops! I just dropped a good amount of paint on the carpet. Whoops. There it is. Yeah, so it's less than a brush stroke to cut it in.
Yeah.
So it's, I think it's gonna be way faster this way, don't you?
I think so.
And the only reason I noticed that is like I said, I did the closet that way. I'm like, man, this is super quick this way.
Take less paint too, probably.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Yep, it's going in good. These little platforms move a little bit, and they feel like you're losing my balance. They're just on there and they start feeling that like, ooh, easy,
Whoa.
easy. I think I need to open up that door again. I had that door opened earlier, so I'll open it up again. It gets hot in this room like crazy. I'll stop there and I'll do the bottom.
The room that,
Huh?
the room my band does our recording in.
Yeah.
Well, the main room, not the actual.
Talking about Boise or here?
Here.
Oh, okay.
The main room with the computer, not the soundproof recording booth. It gets super hot, so we got like an actual like, what is it, 1600 BTU AC in there just to cool it down.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because it's really insulated because it's soundproof, right?
And, well, it's insulated, and then it's got all the equipment and.
Oh shit,
Just
yeah.
like even with recording, you want to have good amplifiers and stuff so that the sound is true.
Heck yeah.
So it gets super hot, and then we're like, okay, well we want to make it, you know, nice in here, have good lighting so we can see what we're doing and everything. So we put these new lights in. The lights get like, I don't know if we put the wrong bulbs in them, like we put heat lamp bulbs or something.
Something, huh?
But the lights themselves get to like, you touch them, they burn you kind of hot.
Jeez, that's kind of like that one in there in the closet. It's freaking.
Yeah.
It was freaking hot. So. Yeah, the new bulbs, the LEDs, they're not that bad, but yeah, those older ones, man, they're definitely cook you. Yeah, shoot, this wall went pretty fast doing it like that, huh?
Yes, you did.
We need to move right along on this, doing it this way, I think. Nice. There we go. I need to move the video again. I think I do. Have a camera. There we go. Alright. I'll hop up there and start cutting some more in. Pretty nice roller, huh?
Not too shabby.
Even the, I don't know what you call that, rolling pad or whatever. Those are pretty. That's a pretty nice one.
Those are expensive too.
Yeah, and the guy at Home Depot, he kind of gave me a hand with that too, because I wasn't sure which one to use. He's like, yeah, you gotta have a little bit thicker one so you can do all your texture if you got textured walls. I'm like, yeah, and ceiling too. So like some of the really aggressive ceiling textures, you know, you've probably seen those. You gotta have you gotta have a more thicker nap or whatever, even than that one.
What do they call that? Orange peel?
That's what's on the wall.
Oh.
I think on the ceiling, I don't know what the heck they call that. The only reason I know which one's on the wall is because I had to buy some of it to retexture that other wall in there. So, yep. If you feel something drip on your head, don't get worried. It's just paint. Whoops.
No birds dropping in here.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna paint this. Probably just gonna paint this too while I'm at it. I'll just add the semi-gloss to it. Or not the semi-gloss. What do they call that? Ultra gloss or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'll just add the ultra gloss. It'll probably just make it look nicer if I got another coat of paint on there anyway. A couple coats. Yep. I don't know what I did to my hip. I think I freaking tweaked it when I was messing around with that safe. Yep.
You may want to go in behind me and just get along here because there might be drips.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I was talking about. Like,
door frame.
it's okay because it's even easier to cut it in that way because you got a little extra paint up there. You don't have to use much. You just blend it, kind of like blend it in. So, yeah, shoot, this is way better, dude. Yep. Yeah, I think if to do much more painting in this room, though, I'm gonna have to go get another jug of the primer and the paint. 'Cause I didn't have much left after this room. Still have the kitchen to do. Still have the laundry room to do, bathroom. So yeah, still quite a bit to do.
The whole shebang.
I'm gonna open that door up a bit. There, that's better. Yeah, I don't think like the other day how you went around and by the time you got all the way around it was already dry, mostly where you first started. I think that's gonna happen this time. We're gonna have to wait a little while, probably 30 minutes before we do another coat.
Yeah, because
We're
we're
gonna
gonna
get-
soak into the wall like it did before.
Yeah, because we're gonna get around this room pretty fast. And we'll do the, well, I guess we'll stop, we wanna stop and do the closet. Yeah, do that. Yeah, I was gonna paint, and I'm like, or finish priming that closet. I'm like, yeah, I better get this safe out of here. I don't wanna paint around it anymore. I want it to look good, so I just took it out of there. And then, like I said this morning, I was able to paint behind it and everything. Almost out.
Almost.
Yeah, it's pretty good going around almost around the whole room. Be out of paint here soon too. It's probably able to fill up about the same time. for a refill?
That's what I'm doing.
All right. Yeah, generally after I paint a room, like even the living room in there, I painted that, and then just walking in the house and seeing it for like the first, I mean, it's almost like a month. It seemed like, God, man, this freaking looks good. You know what I mean? What it was, you're just not used to seeing it. You're just walking like, wow, that looks nice. Yeah, that's the way the office is. My office is over there. It's just freaking really nice. I just walk in there and I'm like, man, this is kind of nice having this all fixed up. It's just this stuff it just takes forever.
Yeah.
If you got help, it's way faster, but if you're doing it on your own, it's a lot of work. I'm noticing there's some thick chunks of paint in here as I'm doing this. It might be just because it's not mixed very well or something.
I've been noticing that too. They're like little stringy pieces.
Yeah, and I just take my fingers and take it off, but you don't have gloves on. But
I've been using the
and
paper
just
towel here.
wipe it on the floor or something. But yeah, I've been noticing it, and I'm like, what is this? I just found one just a second ago. What? So I'm not sure what it is. Is that just dried in there or not mixed good? I don't know.
Usually unmixed would be like gloppy, but these are like strings, so.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I've got the gloppiness is what I painted onto the wall, and it's just like I have to just take my finger and just kind of get it out of there. I kind of noticed that when I was just pouring the paint, there was some gloppiness in there. almost around to the end, aren't you?
Almost.
He's got the closet, and then have to take a little break and let it dry, I guess. Yeah, it's really always kind of strange that they never put any base trim in this room. They ain't put any in the bathroom either. I don't know. They just ran out of money or something like, yeah, well, guess we're not doing that.
It'll look fine without it.
Right.
Nobody will notice.
I mean, it's kind of helped us out because we didn't have to take the trim off. So that was kind of nice. I think I splattered paint on my face. Do I have to paint on my face right there?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's what it felt like. I'm gonna wipe that off. I don't know how I managed to do that, but I did.
Extreme talent.
Right? Paper towel. I got on my pants too, so extremely talented. fingers. You want to hit the pause on there. You got a clean finger. Alright guys, we're just going to take a look and see what the first coat of paint's looking like here. So you flip this thing around, you can kind of see what everything's looking like here. Everything hasn't dried yet, so we're still waiting for it to dry. And Daniel is finishing up in the closet, just cutting in the edges. So pretty much done with the first coat, and then we'll be starting the second coat here real soon. Alright guys, this is the final coat. 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint. We may have to touch up the little bit up here, but other than that, looks pretty good, I think. What do you think, Daniel?
Not too bad.
Looks pretty good. Should kind of show you in the closet as well here. Daniel's done an excellent job in here. It's kind of hard to see because it's so tiny to do, but yeah, looks really good. So anyway guys, it's going to be the end of this video, so and say till the next time, have a good one guys.